Hello, fam. This is your girl Janelle here for another episode of Talk to Me Tuesday. I am so excited that you guys are able to join me for another week. So, hopefully, you have had a splendid week. I pray that your Valentine's Day was awesome and amazing. For those of you who did not have a Valentine's, you may have had a Galentine's, or however you chose to celebrate it, do know that you are loved by your family here. And we are so excited that you are joining us for another episode of Talk to Me Tuesday. So if you are here, fam, go ahead and let me know that you are in the house, fam. Go ahead and put fam into the comments. If this is the first time that you are rocking and rolling with us, we want you to know that we are happy to see you. So go ahead and put first time so we can send you some love into these comments to let you know that we are out here. And I know that some of you have the opportunity to join us for that replay love. And if that is the case, we want to go ahead and say, what's up to our replay family as well. So again, it's nice to see you guys out here. So today I really want to come and talk to you as we are on the brink of beginning to celebrate Lent. So for those of you who celebrate and recognize Lent as we go into this time of really being able to let go of something, right? Sometimes people will give something up during the time of Lent. And I really wanted to come on tonight and to share that message about how do we need to sometimes let go of something in order to be able to move forward. So for those of you here tonight, it is nice to see you, Florence. It's nice to see you, Andrea. Kareem, thanks for the love and the thumbs up as we do this. So again, so happy that all of you are here joining us for this time. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, right? I always feel like throughout the year, there are certain times that we are given the opportunity to almost reset. At the beginning of the year, it's a new year, new opportunities. Many of us start to identify what it is that we want to do different in this new year. Many times, hey, Penny, many times we really talk about what it is that we want to really push ourselves to do. And when the new year opens up, it's a celebration, not just in where we live, but it's a celebration worldwide. And often we have that energy and excitement. And I find as we get to this point in the middle of February, if we've gone through that 6 week high, we start to need that reset again. And Lent is the time really that I use and I encourage others to use where we think about how we're going to spend the next 40 days and the next 40 nights. So what I really want you to do is to ensure that over this time frame between tomorrow and Easter Sunday, that I want you to identify something in your life that isn't helping to propel you forward. And tonight I'm going to talk about a couple of things. I'm going to talk about negative thoughts and knowing that it's time to let them go. I'm also going to talk about there may be some people who this is not the season for them to support you. It doesn't mean that their time is gone and they can't come back, but this may not be their season. We're also going to spend some time about really getting comfortable in saying no. And I'm going to talk through all of the things that we all can do to really figure out what are we going to let go of. So by the end of our time together today, I want you guys to go ahead and tell me some of those things after we talk about that you're going to go ahead and let go. And then the last thing is we're going to do that to hold each other accountable. So I'll check in and just see how are you guys doing out there, right? So Clarice and I, we had almost a pre-conversation today. It was so wonderful, being able to catch up with you to really talk about how sometimes in our lives we need to let things go in order to move to the next place that we're called to be. So for those of you who are ready, let's go ahead and jump in. The first thing I want to talk about is our mindsets, our thoughts. So often we get to a place where we talk ourselves out of being able to do something before we even try to attempt it. So I want us to really consider this can be one of the things that you decide over these next 40 days and 40 nights. I am going to practice changing my mindset. So when my mindset comes up that tells me I can't do something, I am going to push that mindset out of the way and really think about how then can I do it? So for every time that we look and we say there's something we can't do, I want you to figure out what it is that you can do. Because all of those negative thoughts ultimately lead to shifting our behaviors. Because when we believe we cannot do something, it shows up in our actions. So I'm encouraging you all to let go of the mindset that you cannot do something. It may require you to plan it out and to have some steps along the way regarding how you're going to make it happen. But there's nothing you can't do. Every moment that you hold up, you can't do it, you're taking time away from figuring out how to make it happen. So for me, one of the things that I always try to hold up, not just for myself, but I'm starting to teach my daughters, is how do we start to shift our mindset to always holding up the possibilities. While I know life is going to have challenges, while I know things are going to be difficult, understand that I'm not saying that I encourage anyone to try to go push a building down, because we have to be realistic. But let's think about what it is that we know we can do if we just dedicate more time, more effort, more research to making it a reality. So again, encourage yourself, encourage those around you, because it's important for you to always be empowered. But think about who's in your circle and how are you empowering them? How are you hearing when other people say to you, I can't do this? There's no way this can happen. How are you starting to pose some questions, really helping them to think about, well, what have you done? What else could you think about doing? How will it look when you do succeed? Because again, when we start to move our mind to what the reality looks like, it shifts how we show up. So as you consider things that it may be time to let go of, it's the I cannot do it mentality. Let's leave it in 2020. Let's leave it in the past. From this moment forward, let's practice for the next 40 days. Let's practice. Let's share how we're having success. Make sure you're dropping it in the chats. Make sure you come into the group and say, oh, today was a great day, or today wasn't a great day. And let those that are a part of our community support you through it. So that's the first thing I want you to consider when I encourage you to think about what you're going to let go of in these next 40 days and 40 nights. The next thing is really identifying who are the people around you who, as you move into this mindset of you can, that may not be able to support you right now. I'm not saying to eliminate people. I'm saying sometimes we have to recognize that everybody isn't at the same place. It doesn't make them any less than. It doesn't mean that they're trying to sabotage you. Sometimes they're not just meant to be in this season in your life. Because what happens is we often spend so much time taking care of other things that aren't reaching us towards our goal and our purpose. And we feel guilty. We feel like we want to spend all of this time engaging in conversation, spending time together, or sometimes having people, if we're not moving forward with the mindset, sometimes we'll surround ourselves by people who make us feel like it can't be done. So if you know that there's a couple people in your life where as you start to push forward to knowing what you can accomplish, when you start to push forward to reaching your goals, whatever goals you set, for those of you who I know who are joining me, if your business has a goal, if you have a fiscal goal, if you know that you are trying to reach a certain number every day, every month, if you are trying to strengthen your marriage, if you are trying to work on yourself so that you can be connected to your soulmate, whatever your goal is, make sure that you are moving away from those people who are saying to you, why do you need to be connected with someone? Don't you think that the goal you have that you've set for your business is a little high? Thank those people for their opinions because it's their opinions, but don't allow that to be the measure that you hold yourself accountable to. And I really want you guys to understand another thing that we really have to get good at and let go of is feeling guilty in saying no. So I want you guys to go ahead and put in the comments, no, nah, not doing it, no, thank you, whatever the kid. Let's start practice saying no, because it's something that we often don't feel comfortable doing as we move forward. Again, give yourself the permission to say no. It's okay. And for some of you, it's going to take a little bit of practice for you to get to that place of feeling comfortable to say no. But I want you to understand, if you're saying no because you need the time, because you need to rest, because you need to be working on researching about the company, you need to be researching about how to strengthen your union, you need to be learning how to spend more time with yourself. Whatever it is that you need more time of, be comfortable saying no. I love it, Clarice, right? No can be a one-word sentence. So eloquent, right? So really understanding it's okay to say no. And when you say it, if it is difficult for you, it's a new practice, walk away. Say no and walk away. However you must do it, we have to get to this place where we're starting to let go of the things that aren't helping to move us forward. It's so easy for those of us, I think about our jobs, it's so easy for so many of us to really get to that place where when someone says, do you mind? And when you hear that question, you almost feel like there's a wrong answer. Well, the wrong answer is not being honest. So, Andrea, I hear you, and I know you personally, and I know that saying no is hard. I almost want to get a t-shirt and write no for you so you don't have to say it. You can just point to the shirt. But I promise you, like anything else that we do, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Because when you say, don't say no to someone else, and it takes from you, you are in essence saying no to yourself. So understand that, yes, say it and mean it, right, Roxanne? So say it and mean it and practice. Practice. For those of you who, when someone asks you to do something, you know it's going to be difficult, practice. Look in the mirror. Do whatever you have to do in the car, in the shower, wherever you are. Practice saying no. Try to say it. Try to learn how many ways you can say no. And say it. I'm telling you, it is such a refreshing feeling. You know, I often think about when I'm in work or something comes up and someone says, do you mind? And I say yes. Sometimes people aren't expecting for your honesty. But I believe it's a great teachable moment because people have now learned when I ask Janelle a question, she's going to answer me honestly. So don't ask me in the form of a question if it's really a statement. If you need me to do something, say, I need you to do this. But if you pose it in the question, then you allow for the opportunity for me to say no. So again, I want you guys to always feel empowered and know it's not selfish to put yourself first. Iana Von Zant said it best when she talks about we often want to give people from a cup that's half full. But we really want to begin to move ourselves to get to a place that I need my entire cup to be overflowing, because when it's overflowing, I am fully complete. And the overflow that I share for everyone else is above and beyond what I need for myself. And when I'm at my best, I can give my best to everyone. So as we think about just those top 3 things to be able to let go of so we all can move forward, I want you guys to go ahead and let's be honest with each other. What are some things that we know that we need to let go of? So again, I've shared some of the things that I have already been working on letting go of. Being extremely comfortable in saying no and meaning it. I've really worked to get myself to a place where I recognize that there are people who this is not the season for me to support them to the best of my ability, and it's not the time for them to support me to the best of their ability. So I thank them, I pray for them, but my circle right now is not supported by them. And I've also had to let go of thinking there's nothing I can't do. Our world is so rich with information. And as I continue to take time from things that I'm doing for others, it allows me to get some time back for myself, to be rested, to be energized, to be my best for my family, to be my best for every person who comes in contact with me. So as I continue to enhance those skills, I encourage you all to identify and practice. Again, 40 days and 40 nights doesn't seem like a long period of time. And you don't have to keep track of when the time is, because it begins tomorrow and we will all be aware because every place will have something posted about Easter. So really make sure that you are holding up for yourself what exactly it is that you are going to work to enhance. It's easier sometimes to let things go. So Florence, I hear you. I'm going to hold you to that, right? How are we learning to say no? And again, for those of us, Florence, I know that you have those two beautiful, handsome young men who are growing up. How are we showing up for our children? Because what are they learning from what they observe from us? What are our colleagues learning about when we continuously say yes and work an abundant amount of hours, when we're on vacation, when we're working, when it's a holiday, we're working, when it's the weekend, we're working? Understand, you are taking away from yourself as you keep giving to others. And if you reflect with yourself, are you showing up and giving those people your best? You know that better than I. So I really want you guys to think about, as this day closes off, as we end our Talk to Me Tuesday, I really want you guys to spend a moment and just reflect on being honest. We are in the beginning still of 2021. There's a lot of things that have been said. There's a lot of things that will continue to happen. As you continue to work towards your promise, as you continue to work towards your purpose, as you continue to break any type of expectations that you and others have for yourselves, what do you need to let go of? What is it that you need to let go of? And if you know what that is, over the next few weeks, I really want you to work hard at working on removing that item. I want you to practice it. And the great thing is every day is a new opportunity. So I don't want you to get to a place where sometimes many of us can get to, where we don't have success for one day, so we stop altogether. When each night closes, and I know for some of you, you've shared with me, you work the night shift. Whenever your day closes, allow yourself grace and mercy to say, today I did a great job in these areas, and tomorrow I have the opportunity to work on these. We are not going to call out. We are not going to celebrate anything we're not good at. We're just going to use that time to work on how do we enhance it as we move forward. So I want to continue to hear about how you guys are having success. I want to continue to hear about how you guys are being empowered in all of your relationships. The relationship you have with yourself, the relationship you have with others, and the relationship you have with your colleagues and or your business. Because every one of those are relationships that help you to be your best you. So I hope that you guys are going to use these next few moments before you disconnect to really use this time to think about, as I move forward, what is one thing that during this upcoming Lent season, I am going to get rid of so that I can be stronger on the other side of this opportunity. You guys know it is my pleasure to come with you each and every week for Talk to Me Tuesday, to give you tips, tools, strategies, and some encouragement to make sure you are empowered in the relationship you have with yourself, the relationship you have with others, and the relationship you have in your business or profession. It is my honor to serve you. Please continue to stay safe and drop in the comments what you're giving up. This is your girl Janelle signing off. Until we meet again, take care.